Hi, welcome to the She Moves Mountains podcast. This is your host, Kamala Murphy. Thanks for joining us today as we talk about some of the juicy stuff we women experience that makes this life journey truly amazing. You know, the nitty-gritty, the love, the loss, the falling down and rising up, the getting lost and finding our way again. To our hearts, our happiness, and to the awareness that we can and do move mountains. Thank you for joining. Hi there, this is Kamala Murphy. Welcome to this episode of the She Moves Mountains podcast. Thank you for joining in. I was wondering, have you thought about what your life will be like or what it'll feel like once these mandates for sheltering in place have been lifted, have ended? It's been on my mind a lot recently because I think some of the things will slip back to the old normal or close to, but there are a lot that won't because for example, the shutdowns, while I think they were really necessary to prevent this virus from spreading even more, the shutdowns have created their own set of problems worldwide. And we don't know what the ramifications of that will be. Plus, here in the States, we have this election coming, which is... oh, dear God, help us through that circus because it's going to be one. So we're all still walking through this unknown territory. But in this time of sheltering in place, I think that many of us have recognized and taken an opportunity to listen really deeply to ourselves, to those quiet callings or a still small voice that has probably been whispering to us for some time. But with the time to be sheltered in place and have more time to ourselves, there's been a lot less noise around us. That's not true for everyone, but in large part, I think most of us have had more quiet time, more alone time. And many of us have been listening to that still small voice and paying attention to what it's saying. I think for a lot of us, this is actually a time for us to, I have this image of us rising up from rubble and shaking off the burdens that we've been carrying. And for women to really live more fully as the women that we were created to be, meant to be, to move more mountains, maybe mountains that we've had buried inside of us. As I mentioned in a really early episode, a lot of the mountains that I have are between my two ears. So it's like, what are the blocks that we've set up ourselves or had put on us and that we accepted that need to be shaken up, shaken off? Because this could be a really exciting time, not necessarily easy, but an exciting time to really throw off the old that didn't work and start moving mountains, moving our lives in a different direction. There's a quote that I love by Alice Walker, and she says, she wants to live for once, but doesn't know quite what that means. Wonders if she's ever done it, if she ever will. And I think that has been true for so many of us. We've wanted to live really fully, but didn't know how and really haven't. So we may not have done that before, but in this unprecedented time, I believe that the divine has opened us up to new possibilities and is setting us free from the old ways of being. We don't have to live the same old way. There's a Bible quote that says, "Woman, thou art loosed." And every time I hear that or read that or say it, it's like I get chills, because we now especially have the possibility of really being set free. We don't have to be bound by the old ways. We get to explore and find out what's most important to us. We get to reemerge free, with the possibility of living flambe, living feeling like $1 million every day, not being shackled to old ways of thinking and old ways of being. There's another quote by Ann Wilson Schaaf. It says, "Even if we have never done it, the knowledge of how to live our lives fully lies deep within us." And if you think about that, and really breathe into it and feel some of the shackles, the old burdens sort of move away, so that we can go deep within and listen, as we may have been given the opportunity to do over the last couple of months. We may be able to hear that still small voice that is calling us to something new, something maybe grander, certainly something that will make our hearts happy. We may get to be adventurers in this new world that we are stepping into. And I do think that this is a really exciting time, because we have been given this opportunity to be a little bit more quiet, most of us. And so we're probably listening to that still small voice now more than ever, which is really exciting. So I invite you to just breathe that in. Just recognize that part of you deep within that wants to be moving mountains, wants to be all that she can be, that wants to live life fully. Ask that part of you what she wants to do, who she wants to be. And as we're able to move out in the world again, let her voice be in your ears, because this is a time that we can say no to going back to the old ways, to just live our lives differently, with more love, more compassion, more enthusiasm. Let's do this. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for listening, sending love and blessings to you. Celebrate who you are and your life today. Take care, beloveds. Until next time. Bye for now. You've been listening to the She Moves Mountains podcast, coming to you every week. If you're a woman who wants to move mountains in your own life, please make sure to subscribe or follow this podcast. And if you've laughed or gotten teary or smiled knowingly, thinking, oh yeah, that's me too, please go ahead and rate the episode with 5 stars. It'll be a feel-good thing to do. Thanks a bunch. Lots of love and blessings to you. This is Kamala signing off. Until next week. Take care.